So you know you at the end of the week, baby. All right, man. All right. Bullish trend. At this point, I mean, now when you got the data, you got the data. I mean, the Nasdaq moves. Like when you actually really start documenting how many points the Nasdaq can swing, like today, the session started off with a 175 point move to the downside, and then we saw a 371 point retracement and a 54 point rejection at the end of the day. That's a lot of movement. And that's just the swings, not the price action between the swings, but it's just the whole leg back and forth. So the market, I mean, the Nasdaq moves. It moves, man. The ES, I mean, it moves, but shit, the Nasdaq. Like on February 3rd, the Nasdaq moved up 637 points. On January 27th, it moved up 655 points. And but with a 971 point move to the downside, it made a 655 point retracement. Like she can move, but we all know that though. But I'm going to be documenting her movement for the entire year and just uh, see if I can just find patterns in how often she moves. I mean, the one thing is evident. If we see a move to the downside earlier in the session, we usually see the market reverse in the New York. And then after lunch, we usually see a move to fade the New York going into lunch. So that's been very consistent. We haven't had a straight up day or a straight down day. It's usually back and forth as it should be, obviously, but you haven't had one of those yet. Mm. Oh, Feb. Is it trending? It was definitely a trend day. 55, 35, 975, 50, 22. Relax, bro. Probably have to do like another sheet. Yeah, because before, I'm gonna have to go back into so from February 1st all the way up to March 1st, I'm gonna have to document that data. Alright, so the ES 37 points, 85.8. Um, 13. Bullish trend today. The 35, 85, 8, something like that. 85, 8. 37, 85, 8. 37, 85, 8. All right, so today was a trend day, obviously. Good thing I didn't try to go short. Rest in peace to the Bears. I mean, at this point, being a bear is bad for your account. You got to be a sniper if you're a bear, because if you're not a sniper, 140, 145, 6, 140, 6, 145. I think it was 6, 1, 155, 6, 1, 60. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the weekend. I'm gonna do that on the weekend. I'm 155, 160, 120, 15, 6, 120, 6, 115, 6, 10, 6, 105. Okay. All right. So we got the data. All right. So let's talk about today. With this pump right here, I was able to secure a third payout. So I've been paid out 3 times this week, which with all the hard work and planning, it should be no surprise. We've made a lot of money in a lot of accounts this week. I think, I mean, across all the accounts, I mean, we've made what 10K at least for the last couple of days. this entire week we've made 10K plus. And so we should be up like 50, 60K this week. But anyway, we made a lot of money this week. We made a lot of money today. We've had a lot of good entries. Even the entry where I thought I was wrong. I thought I was wrong with this short right here. I thought I was wrong. Obviously, I made a mistake. For whatever reason, I forgot to actually remove a limit from last night that I had in this account. My plan is if 22K got hit in the pre-market, then it was going to be almost certain that we was going to get a rejection, and I wanted to be a part of that rejection. But because we didn't see that rejection in the pre-market, that trade was no longer valid. I canceled it on my other accounts, but for whatever reason, I forgot to do it on this one. And because of that, I found myself in a position that I didn't want to be in, and I took a loss in that account when I was actually done for today, or I was done. So I had to look at the chart. We went back all the way into December. I had to look at this chart right here, and I had to take a gamble, and this was a gamble. At the time, I saw that price was touching into 2250. To me, what I saw was a potential head and shoulders pattern here. I'm going to draw that out because that's exactly what happened. This was your left shoulder, your head, and that was going to be the potential right shoulder. And that's what I made a bet on. Even though we had a bunch of bullish momentum, I made a bet and it just worked out this time. But while I was in the trade, price was struggling, but I did not want to flip because the amount of money that I needed to make would have been on the short side. I mean, it was highly unlikely that I was going to get on the long side, so I had to stay short. Like I said, it just worked out. We got that move down today. Yeah, with this move down, I was able to get all my money back plus grievances. Shit, I'm about to start charging the Nasdaq some grievances because even though this short right now looks like, oh yeah, that's a short, in the moment, this was like one of the most stressful shorts that I've been in because price was chopping. That's a shame I can hear somebody's car all the way in. Anyway, so like price was chopping, and it just seemed like price did not want to break down. And when it finally broke down and we got that retest of that break of structure, I tried for another short here and it worked out. Not only did it work out, it super worked out. And I'm just happy that it did because like I said, I was able to get my money back plus grievances, and I learned a very valuable lesson today. Make sure that you cancel all of your accounts across, or you cancel all your orders across all of your accounts, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're down and you have to quote unquote take risky trades to potentially get your money back. But I also want to bring up something else. This trend line that the market was respecting from yesterday's session, it played a pivotal role in today's session. I want to show you what this trend line was doing all day. You see the bears failing at this trend line. They even turned around and tried to use it as resistance, but it got bought right back up. They tried to do it again right here. They got squeezed right out of their position. And today, the entire day, bears were trying to break this trend line and use it as resistance. So if you just basically had this trend line on your chart and traded with it, you was on the right side of the market today. And you can see that once the bears got a break of this trend line, look at how they tried to use this trend line as resistance. Look at how they tried to come back in right here. They tried to use it right here. They got squeezed out. They came back and tried it right here, but this time it was successful. And then they came back in right there and tried to short on this trend line. But you can see every time they failed. They failed to short on this trend line. And then the bulls, they came right back in and bought right at that trend line. This trend line was very important today. And unfortunately, I just knew not to trust the bears today. And I'm glad I didn't, because obviously if you was in at the start of today's session, this right here looked like a very convincing short. But the one thing that I've learned over time just trading these charts is that if we have a trending day, we usually see a continuation in the pre-market, and then we see the drop. We don't see the market start and then drop. No, it continues going up. It goes to whatever area of resistance that it needs to go to, and then we see the drop. But earlier in the session, the bears were trying to aggressively sell at this trend line. You can see that they were aggressively trying to sell this thing. And again, they got squeezed out of their positions. And from that, this is where I was able to make enough money to secure the payout. And I just closed that account. I could have traded my other funded account, but I just told myself that, you know what, I'm going to take that win. I'm not going to trade the other funded account. I just closed it because I don't want to make a mistake, or I don't want to go on tilt and feel that I need to take it out on my funded account, because I have done that before in the past, and I'm not going to do that again. So I just closed that account out, made sure I canceled all my orders and closed that account out so we can have that shit paid out. I don't think they process payments over the weekend, so we're going to request it on Monday. But or Sunday session, or whenever they process payments, but we'll get it figured out. But I do think that either we see a rejection at 162, or we see a rejection at a level that we were talking about since last month, around 245. I already got my limits set at these two areas. But the order at 245, that's the one where if I lose this first trade, this trade is going to make it back for me, and I know it. Well, we got this double. Let me rephrase that. It's highly likely that we see a rejection at 245, but we're going to have to see. We're going to have to wait and see what the price action looks like. We have a low of day at 244, and we have a value area high at 244, or a value area low at 244. We got a wick candle at 263-ish, 264. So somewhere in this range right here, I expect to see a rejection. Maybe not a reversal, but a rejection. And if I doubt that we get into pre-market, but if we do, I'll definitely be prepared for it. So those are the areas where I'm looking to at least make some trades for tomorrow. We have retail sales at 7:30, and I think that's all we have tomorrow. Retail sales, and we have industrial production and capacity utilization at 8:15. We don't have any news at 9 o'clock. So we're just going to have one of those Fridays where either we rug or we run. There's nothing and that's going to be in between that. Either we rug or we run. A lot of people are talking about all-time highs, but I don't know. I don't know if we get all-time highs tomorrow. We got too much resistance here. We got a block of liquidity right here. We got this big range before price broke down. You got all-time highs literally right above all this areas of resistance. We got price moving from this area, and we have had a move down all the way to 21K. So I highly doubt that we trade right through this and not see a rejection when we've had this big of a reversal from this area. So I'm not going to be surprised if we do run through it, but I'm not going to be betting that we are. I just want to make that clear. It won't be a surprise if we do, but I wouldn't try to full port and target all-time highs tomorrow because we do got this block of resistance. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens. And we got to make sure that we're watching the ES as well, because we can sit here and think that the Nasdaq can just keep going up, but we know the ES won't. We know that she won't. She's just not going to run and take out highs without no pullback or nothing. So we're always going to make sure we got to reference the ES chart before we start talking crazy on the Nasdaq, because the ES is damn sure not taking out no all-time highs tomorrow. Not going through all this resistance without a rejection or pullback. You got a double top at 163 on the ES. So we could see a rejection probably at 155, probably somewhere around there. 155, 145, 155, probably somewhere in that little 10-point range right there. Could see a rejection. I mean, if we do see a run above 163, I mean, we could probably see 175, 180. But yeah, I mean, well, I mean, I guess if we do see that, then I guess, yeah, we'll see all-time highs on the ES. It's highly unlikely to happen, but I guess I wouldn't be surprised, especially with how aggressive the Bulls have been lately. They completed their objective of reaching 22K. Not only did they reach that objective, but they exceeded it. So and then tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So shit. Huh. Yeah, if we don't get it tonight, I mean, if we don't get that tonight, then if we get a pullback back into this range, I would not mind trying for a long here. If we get a pullback. But we'll see. Hey, yo, what's up, JC? What's up, man? How you been? And what's up, Bray? Yeah, Bray. We do have a Discord. It's just that, but we don't necessarily post in it. We just use it for the communication, but we don't use it for anything else other than that. Like I said, probably March 1st, we'll probably become more structured, probably monetize some things, and just really make a group community, especially for Smith, so he can focus more on this, so he can supplement his income and just do this full time like I can. I'm just fortunate enough to have a career where I can do both at the same time, and they don't get in the way of each other. Unfortunately, he has to move around a lot, which is why we haven't seen Smith in a while. It's because he's at work. But we'll structure some things. I guess the main thing that I guess that's been really kind of I don't want to say it. Mm, I guess it's just I don't know. I guess it's just we definitely wasn't ready when we first started. That's for sure. And we definitely was not ready. Definitely wasn't ready. But then I can understand. Well, mm, okay, never mind. I really don't have the words for it. I know how it feels, but if I try to translate those feelings into words, I feel like it would come out wrong. I guess I would have to have the space for it because it is because if it's just me and Smith, then it could become overwhelming at times. And especially that we have our families outside of this, our careers and everything else, it will just be overwhelming. But if this is like the focus, yeah, like I said, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Actually, actually here, uh, seriously, what? Hitting use copy button. Let me see, dude. What? Mm, all right, so hitting use copy button. Okay, so I've copied it. I don't know why they're making this such a big deal. Hmm. Why are they making this thing such a big deal? Every time. I don't know why that was such a hard thing to do. Yeah, Braves. Just tell me your Discord name. Just tell me your Discord name, and I'll add you to the and I'll add you in. Just there's a link right there. Like I said, we don't do anything in that Discord. It's just for right now. It's just I use it for communicating with Smith. That's it. Okay. I don't know why that was such a big deal. Like, why did they do that? Mm. No, that can't be right. Mm. Oh my God. How did I make a mistake like that? Damn. Damn, dude. How did I make a mistake like that? Job ain't finished. Of course. Okay. Isn't that some shit, dude? Apparently I did some wrong calculation, so I need to make $20 more. It says it's expired. Give me a second. It says it's expired. Mm, I really just needed just 1 point. This shit was going down, but I feel like this thing is doing this shit just to spite me. Is this stuff is it really doing this? Okay. I just needed 1 point. Nasdaq, come on. Help your boy out. 122. All right, so I thought the payout was secured, but if this thing flips on me, then I'm gonna have to figure something out. All right, so I don't want to give back too much of this, obviously, for obvious reasons. 10 points. I mean, if this thing just shoots up 10 points, I'll be like, well, damn. Well, damn. I guess if I just took a random long here, I felt like in situations like this, it's like if I would have took the long here, I felt like it would have kept going. Hey man, look at that, bro. Mm, mm. All right. It's just only one contract too. All right, let me figure this out. Mm. All right, let me see if I got like a little buffer room. Got a little buffer room. Okay, yeah, I do. So I was at 40. I just really needed 1 point. Let's see if I can get away with that. All right, man. All right, NQ. I get it. I get it, dude. I get it. I get it. I get it. And of course, I picked the night where the market is being slow as molasses right now. It's not even moving or anything. Okay. Nothing is moving. Nothing is moving. All right, Nasdaq, just do me that favor, man. Just do me a solid. Just 1 more point. Oh my. No, no, no. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? All right. Wow. Did y'all? Oh my God, dude. Ugh. Wow. Wow. All right. Give me a second, guys. All right. So I had to walk that off a little bit. Uh, it was just right there. Okay. All right, man. All right. So it was there. I had it, but shit. Shit. I had it too. Um, damn. All right. So I had to kind of give it room to breathe a little bit. Mm. I have to kind of be precise. That's why I was trying to, because I need to have a certain amount to remain consistent because what I needed was literally $20 more. If I go over $20, then um, I'll be kind of going over the consistency a little bit. So I was trying to make sure that if the number that it gave me, because I was at 758 and that's what I needed, but before I was able to take the profit, my cruiser froze the first time, and then when it gave me a second chance, I was just too slow with it. So when stuff like this happens, it's very frustrating because it feels like it feels like everything's against you. So because I've been negative exactly what I need, but it only gave me like literally a second of the profit that I needed, like literally a second. Like it dipped down and it got bought right back up, and just stuff like that is like, wow, wow. So it's like that's frustrating. Yeah, I kind of need this thing to drop now. I just needed to just to touch that target. Come on, NQ. Damn, just need you to touch that target. That's it. All right, so I'm in at 28. I'm not gonna give this too much. I'm not gonna give it too much. Damn, dude. All right, so that consistency rule. I think this is like the first time where it's like, damn, that consistency rule got me. Because I mean, I make the same amount basically every day purposely, but there were some days where I got some slippage. So, oh my god, dude. All right, okay, dude. My god, NQ. Why the hell are you like this? All right, I'm not gonna give it too much room. All right, so I'm looking at the Think with Bookmap channel right now. It's saying it's trending down. So, I mean, hopefully they just kind of drop just enough. But, mm, all right, so let me just make sure that this thing ain't hitting something. Because it looks like it wants to go up. It looks like it wants to. I would just, okay. All right, man. All right. Yeah, because I would just hate to get into this thing long. And as soon as I get in long, this thing drops. You short? Where y'all guys targeting? I mean, shit, I've been dedicating my hearts to shorts all goddamn day today, and they've been all stressful. Every single one of them. Oh my God. You see that? Like it's a drop and then a pop. You said, did I win my shorts yesterday? Yeah. We got that short at the end of the stream today. We caught that drop and was able to get my money back from that short. We lost on one short earlier in the stream due to a stray limit that I left from last night, and I was able to get it back. Ah, shit. Dude, like it's okay. Mm, all right. I don't know why I flipped over to the ES like this thing moving. Like that thing's gonna move. Come on, gold. Do me a solid here. Where's my target? Do me a solid there, gold. Do me a solid. Come on, gold. Do me a solid. Oh my gold. Why did you do that? No, gold, don't do that. 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 Do me a solid, gold. You do me this solid, I'll break up with this bitch right now. The NQ over here playing with my emotions for real. Come on, baby. Just give me that solid. Keep on going. There we go. Dude, if you, I wasn't playing with that. Yeah, NQ over here playing with my feelings right now. All right, so which side? What side? What side? What side? What side? Nah, let me stop playing with gold. Let me stop playing. That's not no. Okay. All right, so what should I do here? I just need like literally a point. Half a point even. Mm. Both the Nasdaq and both the Nasdaq and gold is doing the same thing. All right, well. All right. Let's see if I made the right choice here. Okay. All right, I think I did. All right. All right, now the payout is secured. All right, fine. Now the payout is secured. Okay. Dude, I just needed 20 bucks. Oh my God. All right, now let me close this shit out. Oh my God. I think that's the first time that I almost got fucked by this consistency. And then, oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, the market gods. Yo, I need to thank the market gods for this one. I'm glad that something told me to look at this chart, or actually, yeah, something told me to look at this chart and told me to go back over it because I made a mistake. And when I looked, it told me that I needed more than what I had. And so I was like, shit, all I need is 20 more bucks because if I go over it, then it'll be too much. So I was like, damn, I got to play a game of I got to get in and out. Gold helped me with this a little bit. And if I stayed in this Nasdaq trade, oh my gosh, she's a bitch. My God, how can you be this nasty? Where is this pump coming from? I mean, she didn't take me out, so I'm glad. But where is this pump coming from? What area of support is this thing bouncing from? But all right, so I was able to lock in the payout. Now I can close this account down. Oh my God, dude. What the fuck, man? Hmm. Let me make sure I got cancel all these. Make sure I cancel all the orders. Cancel all these. I'm gonna hit this button like 10 times just to make sure. All right, now, all right. So now the payout is secured. Because if I got stopped out here, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it would have got ugly. I would have put 2 contracts right here, and I would have got my money back some way somehow. I would have put 2 contracts on. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It could have got real ugly. I'm just glad it didn't get that far. All right, let me get this Discord link. My bad. Let me get the Discord link. I gotta thank my baby Gold. I'm so glad I had her on the chart. Man, shit, she would have gave it to me. Good thing I didn't go long on her again. She would have gave it to me. Where I was short, yeah, I would have. She would have gave everything to me if I just stuck with Gold. But with Gold, I was not playing around. Okay. All right. So just let me know if this discount link worked. This Discord link works when I post it in the chat. And just let me know your Discord names so I can just add you. All right, that should work. That should work. All right. I definitely gotta thank the market gods for that one because that could have got real ugly. All right. Shit. The one I didn't know. So MFF's commissions are very expensive. I guess I never noticed it because I didn't have to notice it. But every time I put on a contract, it was like $5 or some shit, man. $8 for a contract. Let me actually look at their commissions. I'm just gonna ask them in the Discord, man. I ain't gonna sit there and look for it. All right, Brandy. Hey, just tell me your Discord name and I'll add you. Actually, let me just do this. I can do it this way too. Mm. Oh, what the hell? Okay, so I just added everybody that joined. Man, that could have been not pretty. All right, but okay. So the plan with the Discord, I do plan on making it very in the future, like how everybody else have it, where it's kind of a community where I'm posting my ideas. There's obviously areas where you can post your ideas and stuff like that with your analysis. But right now, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to really focus on that, so I don't do that. And Smith doesn't have the time either. It would just have to be something that we have to figure out in the future. But right now, just neither one of us have the time. Um, so this is what I plan on doing. I plan on getting into this payout cycle, and once I get to the point to where these payouts are basically automatic, where I'm not just focusing on it. It's like, okay, yeah, that's a setup, that's a trade right there, and I'm taking it, and then I can focus on other things. Then in the future, then yeah, we'll probably just do something with the Discord, make it more educational, add features to it. Like I see a lot of Discords have like those automated stock bots gamma level bots, stuff like that. I mean, for those that want to trade stocks, we can do that. I can post write-ups and stuff like that in there about my thesis and stuff like that. I mean, shit, I'll even have a spot in there for everybody else so they can talk about their own opinions because, I mean, here's the one thing that's beautiful about this market. Everybody makes money. There's not one strategy that's better than anybody else's strategy. Everybody makes money in this market. So that's something that's definitely down the pipeline. And once I start, well, I don't think, well, anyway, once we, like I said, get into this payout cycle, I don't mind giving back to the community, like doing like combines and stuff, like all these other YouTubers and stuff like that. The one thing that I want to, like, because I'm a perfectionist, and that's why I don't procrastinate, I prolong things. This was something that I wanted to do last year, but because I'm perfectionist, I felt like I wasn't ready, so I didn't do it. I still feel like I'm not ready. I still feel that there's a lot more things that I can learn, and I still feel like there's a lot more things that I can do better. So I prolong things because I'm still working towards it. It's just that it's prolonged. But this past week has kind of showed me that, yeah, even though we've had this drastic price action change, because a lot of people, I feel that a lot of people's having trouble adjusting to this price action because we're all used to the bulls just bleeding higher, and then we have a massive drop, and then the bulls doing the same thing. It's not like the bulls aren't doing that still. It's just that now supply is getting respected, and I feel that a lot of people is having trouble with that adjustment. And what this shows me is that, you know, I can adjust. Like I added trend lines to my game, and I can't speak about trend lines enough. If it wasn't for this trend line today, I mean, shit, I really can't sit here and say that we would have made all the money that we made today. I mean, we basically had, this trend line was literally a cheat code from yesterday. Literally a cheat code. As long as price was doing what I needed it to do in areas, and I had this trend line as guidance, I mean, I knew which side of the market to trade on. Versus without this trend line, it would have been like, well, shit, I mean, where is it trying to go? Because we all felt yesterday it was bearish, but eventually the bulls were able to push back up. I mean, because the momentum was bearish, but then the bulls were struggling to go higher, but overall the market was still bullish, but it just felt bearish in the moment. So as humans, we're always going to have more weight on how we feel than what we think. That's why we have to trade the charts and not our hearts, because our hearts will lie to us on these charts. And just adhering to the charts, it's like, yeah, you made money today if you did. So I just want to have, I don't want this to be a furu community. I really want, like, once we really get started, I feel like I'm doing it now. I mean, I am doing it now, where we're actually giving out real trading education. Like, it's real. It's not fake where it's like, yeah, I just went in 10 contracts and made 5K and, you know, I'm consistent. No, we're actually getting 50 to 60, 50 plus moves. We're getting in at tops and bottoms. I'm explaining why I'm getting in and out of a trade. And we're actually talking about price action before the price action is even on the chart. So I want this shit to be real because I'm an authentic person, and authenticity is very important to me. That's why, I mean, it makes sense. I'm a perfectionist. So, yeah. So, how do I want to say this? So from here, I mean, all we're going to do is grow. I'm going to get better. Hopefully when y'all watch me trade, y'all can learn from my mistakes. Y'all can learn from my winning trades. We can just learn here. And that's what I want this space to be, just a place where everybody can learn and we can all make money in this space. We can all get payouts from these firms, run them dry. And we're just going to keep doing that. And that's what I want. Okay, so let's see. So this limit right here, I think this is about maybe a 50% chance that this works. I'm going to be completely honest, a 50% chance. Yeah, it's in an area where price rejected before, but with this bullishness, I mean, it may not even work. So, I mean, I just kind of want to put that out there. It's a 50% chance of working. But this market for the past couple of days has, like I said, it's been respecting supply more lately, even though the bulls come back up and buy it back up, but it's been respecting supply. So I'm going to trust the bears here to do what they're supposed to do at this little level right here. It's really at 170, but I'm gonna front run it. I'm going at 160. I mean, there's a candle high here at 162. Right here, 165, and I got my limit at 163, I think, because this is the candle where they pull back, and this is where they rejected. So I can make this clear for everybody right here. This is the candle. So I'm going to trust the bears that they're going to come here and potentially reject. Now, I mean, we could see a move up to 90. We could, but I'm going to take the chance on this one. I'm going to take it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, usually before the stream starts, I'm in the Think with Bookmat chat. I mean, I'm giving out my opinions there too. Giving my opinions in that chat too. Because I think I said that yeah. Because I was looking at this area right here to go long. This is the area where I went long right here. Because, and let me actually talk about why I went long here. One thing for sure is that when we have a trending day, I have not seen it yet, where the market trends the entire day, and then in the next session we crap down. What we usually see is a pullback and a continuation, and that's what I was betting on here, because usually when we get into an area of real supply, we know what it looks like. I mean, I say this so often. If you get into an area of where you think is supply and you're not seeing something like this, 9 times out of 10, you're in the wrong spot. This is what selling looks like. This is what selling looks like. That's what it looks like. If it's not doing that when you get in, you're probably in the wrong spot, most likely. Especially in New York. So once I saw that price was finding support, it was really what gave me the confidence to go long, was this strong low that the market made right here. This is technically a head and shoulders pattern right here. You can see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. Anytime I see a strong low, I'm getting in long, because not only is that a strong low, but that's a great area to reduce my risk if I'm wrong. I usually keep an 18-point stop, 18 to 27, but I can reduce my risk literally 2 points underneath that candle. Go long right here, and price should never touch or even get close to that strong low. And as you can see, price did not. And so once I saw this wick right here, man, I put my limit right here. I put it right here. And I was in this thing, and I had my target at 1111. 102 was an area of, like, it was a wall at first, and I thought, I was like, am I seeing this right? I mean, I know the market wants to go up, but why is it having such a hard time at 102? Like 102 was acting like a wall for whatever reason. But uh as soon as the bears failed right here, that red candle right there, I was like, okay, I'm good. Because the bears are not only are they running into the support trend line right here, but they were running into these EMAs. And everything pointed to me being long. There was nothing about this structure that would suggest that the bears were going to come in here and we was going to see price knocked down. They failed too many times. All their stops was building up every time they tried. And we know that their stops were building up because we got this stop run right here. This is what a stop run looks like. When you just got green candles, that's people getting stopped out of their positions. This is people getting stopped out of their positions going long. So I just knew that as soon as they failed here, I can put my target where I needed to be consistent. And once I got my target hit, I closed out. Like I said, I'm just glad that I looked at that sheet, because if I didn't, well, we don't have to know because we got it anyway. So red pill. Like I said, usually I'm in the thing with Bookmap chat, and I think I talked about this level. I should have. I think I did. But again, I understand it's a bearish chat. So, I mean, if I'm talking about being a bull, I really don't expect people to listen. I really don't. But I mean, I'm going to still talk about it anyway. Mm-hmm. No, this is actually Tradeify. This is Tradeify. I'm only going to get one account. I'm only going to get one account with Tradeify. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't want to go too far off the main prop firm path. I don't want to go too far. Right now I have a Tradeify account and I have a Blue Sky account. What I will say that I enjoy about both of these accounts is that I can trade until the market closes. Lately, the market has been moving after that 310 mark. And I've been paying attention to that, obviously, because I'm in positions and the market doesn't move until after that cutoff. So I like the fact that I can sit in a trade, like if there's earnings, if there's something going on after the market's closed, I can still be in a position and I can close it at 4 o'clock Central Time versus having to hope and pray that something happens at 3:10 if I find myself in a position at that time. Because we all know that algo at the end of the day is a great opportunity to make some extra money in the account. Mm. Yeah, it has. It definitely does. Yeah, I almost bought their sim to funded. I really did. But I think the only thing that stopped me from doing it was, I think, the funded rules, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, let's look at those, because when I was doing the comparison, I was like, well, I might as well do the eval and then do the funded, because basically they make you trade the same amount of days. I mean, it's in the documentation. I mean, once you understand the legalese and the business and all the other stuff, if you get kind of caught up in the surface, you'll miss what's underneath. And how they structured their sim to funded, it's the same as if you passed your eval and then you got into a funded versus now they have it all in the funded side of it. So I mean, yeah, you're funded, but you're not going to get a payout until the same amount of time. And I think when I was reading it, I was like, well, shit, I might as well just get the eval. And then it's their consistency rule and stuff like that as well. So let me look at this. Let me really make sure, because yeah, straight to funded is a minimum of 10 trading days until payout with a 20% consistency rule. And I think this is the one I got. So yeah, you can pass it in 1 day, and become funded. And the trailing drawdown is obviously 5K. What was I looking for? Because you get to the funded side. Help center. And so when I was looking at that, I was like, man, I might as well just go into the funded, or I might as well just go to the eval side and do it that way, because it's basically the same shit. And it was cheaper too. Oh, that's the live funded account. Sim, straight to Sim funded. Let me see. Sim funded. Straight to Sim. What? Straight to Sim. Straight to. Uh, all right. So growth and advanced payout policy. All right. So you get 100% of your first 15,000. We have a 35% consistency rule. You got 10 trading days. Okay. So I got the growth. So I need about 55,000 before I can, or 51,000 or 5,100 before I can take my first payout. Straight to funded. So yeah, with the straight to funded, you're basically trading an eval here too. So when I was looking at this, I was like, yeah, I might as well just go, because I know with the 150, you needed to make 9K before you can withdraw. The 100K, you needed to make 6,000 before you can withdraw. And you needed to do it in 10 days. And I think it's like a 20% consistency rule as well. So it's the 20% consistency rule. You still have to meet a profit target before you got paid out. And they limit how much you can take out. So yeah, on the first payout, you can only take out $2,500. If you had 100K, you can only take out 3K on the 150. So you got to make 12,000 before you can take a payout on 150K. And you have to make 8,500 on the 100K. And so when I was doing that, I was like, shit, I might as well just stay on the eval side, because the way that they got it set up is basically the same thing, but you're spending more money, and you're on a tighter lease with a 20% consistency rule. versus a 35% consistency rule. And like I said, I took advantage of their deal that they had. I mean, honestly, I would have taken the one that they had for 45% off on Super Bowl Sunday. I would have bought that. I think the cheaper cost would have made up for all that crap. The 20% consistency rule. And for those that don't know, a 20% consistency rule, that's the same type of rules that legit professional traders adhere to. Like if you're at a 20% consistency rule, you can literally go to a prop firm, show them your trading skills in terms of I passed an account where I had to stay 20%. And I'm not going to sit here and say that you'll get a job, but you're at that level. 20% every day is not something that can be easily done. It's not. Because that means you have to be precise, disciplined, know when to take profits, know when to cut your losses. If they're doing, so I don't know, I know MFF does it, but I don't know if Tradeify does it where they're tracking consistency on both your losses and your wins. If they're doing it like that, you have to be super disciplined. You have to cut your losses and you have to cut your winners. %20 consistency is no joke. Y'all saw how I was just sitting here struggling to make only $20 and nothing more on a 40% consistency rule. Just imagine a 20%. But I'm not saying that it can't be done. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, in comparison between a 20% consistency rule and a 35% and the amount that I can pay out, it just seemed like the funded side or the eval to funded side is an easier path than straight to funded. But MFF is actually coming out with with an account where you can go from an eval to a live account. I don't know if anybody was in the chat when they were talking about that. That's going to change the game. When you literally pass an eval, you'll become a live trader. They haven't set up the rules. They haven't said anything about pricing, but they've been given a little bit of teaser about it in the chat. I'm pretty sure if you search for it, you'll find it. They were talking about it yesterday, I believe. Tuesday or Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, or Tuesday or Wednesday, we're talking about it. And once MFF released that, that's going to change the game. Top Step is definitely going to have to innovate. Because right now, Top Step is making the same mistake that it made the first time. It was the last one to update and to innovate to what it is now after being pressured by Apex and everybody else copying their style. And now Top Step is at that same position again. MFF is growing. Apex is still Apex, but it's still cheaper. It's harder to justify a Top Step account at this point, in my opinion. They have the most expensive 50Ks in the game with the $50 plus the activation fee. It only has a $2,000 drawdown on it. I mean, Top Step X is decent, but I mean, it has its problems. The one thing that I will give Top Step X is that I definitely enjoy the fact that it has a lockout feature. I think that's probably the best thing in terms of traders to have, is a feature that locks them out and does not allow them to get back into the count and overtrade, revenge trade, whatever trade. As long as they lock in their profits or they lock in their loss, they're locked out of the account into the next session. And I think that's like the best thing. But outside of that, I mean, it's hard to get a Top Step account nowadays. So, um, shit. I think all these other prop firms need to stop with that freaking 310. Like everybody should be until close, in my opinion. But mm. People say that, but has that worked for you? Because it has yet. Like I tried it multiple times. I tried the Trade of Eight thing multiple times. Well, I tried it for MFF. I don't know if it works for anything else, but for MFF, I put my maximum daily profit that I wanted to make and my maximum daily loss that I wanted to lose. That shit did not close out. It did not work for me. When I talked about it with other traders, they said the same thing, that it did not work for them as well. So I don't know if it's MFF, Trade of Eight, or maybe a combination of both. But I guess if it works on other prop firms, then you know I. But it doesn't work on MFF at all. I did it. Okay. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I do it on Trade. Well, like I said, for the MFF, I did it with I did it on Trade and it just did not work. It just didn't work. And I wish it did because I ended up losing money that day or I passed an account and unfortunately for me that day, um, it did not auto liquidate like I wanted it to. And unfortunately, my target was the high of the day and it did not close the account. So we all know what happened with that after that. I think one of the most upsetting things is when you pass an account and due to bad luck or a series of bad decisions, a passing account turns into an account that you hit deadly loss limit in and ultimately blowing. Hmm. But nah, I'm just gonna keep this one Tradify account. I'm just gonna keep this one because I passed both my Apex accounts. I'll activate those next month. I still got my 3 Blue Sky accounts. I'm about a quarter away from 20K in all 3. Actually, I got 7K in one of the accounts. So yeah, I got about 7K in one. I got $3,600 in the other one, and I have $4,600. So about like a quarter done. Probably just like a couple more days, and these should be passed. I'm just waiting on MFF to come out with and I got like 2 funded accounts in the wings, waiting on MFF. But hopefully, I don't ever have to use those because that would mean that the funded accounts that I have now would have to blow because they only allow you to have 3 funded accounts active at a time. So hopefully, I don't ever have to use those unless they switch these accounts to live because with these accounts, I'm not interested in becoming a live trader. I'm only interested in getting paid out. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in getting on anybody's leaderboard. I can create my own leaderboard of how much money that I've earned from your company by trading. I can keep my own personal leaderboard. I don't need to be on yours. I'm taking my payout. because, like I said, especially with the Nasdaq, all it takes is one day. It just takes one day, and I think I've shown that plenty of times on the stream where you just have one bad day, you make a series of bad choices, and your consistency goes down the drain. But all right, guys, that's it for me. That's about 10:20. We'll definitely come back tomorrow morning at New York Open. We'll earn a lot more money. Uh, what I think we may see tomorrow, if we do see the market continue to trade up, um, we're just gonna have to make the best choices possible. If we see price trade up and we see a rejection, it's going to be hard for me to buy the market. And the reason why is because I've seen this so often with the market is that is this is what I expect from it. Once we see price run to a specific area, like we're seeing right now, we're just seeing price just stair step its way up. We've had plenty of news that would drop this market, and yet, I mean, shit, we've actually had the market drop multiple times. We had CPI that was bad, PPI that was bad, Trump tariffs. We had Powell saying that he's no longer going to cut rates or he's not planning on cutting rates. We've had every reason for the bears to be successful, and they haven't been. So that just tells me that either the bears are super weak or the market is trying to get somewhere. And when the market is trying to get somewhere, hell has no fury to stop it. And if it's trying to get back to this area of resistance where we saw this drop all the way down to 21K, well, I feel that if we trade into this area, then we should see a move just like this one going down. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but it could. I mean, there was enough sell orders in this area to knock this market down. So if we retest that area, I would find it hard to believe that the market just trades through it. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. But okay. But all right, guys. Yeah, that's it for me. We'll come back tomorrow morning and we'll definitely earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.